Let's sing two together. Hey guys.
My seat in the front row.
You can put as much money as you want into it. Put very little into it.
Good morning. Were you awake early this morning to hear the rhythm of the falling rain? Yeah. I wish it had lasted longer, but it was a beautiful sound. Then we had clouds and wind, and then you had to make a choice. Stay home, another cup of coffee and with another cup of hot tea and your PJs or comfy clothes, but you chose to be here, and we are happy to see you. And I don't think you'll be disappointed that you chose to be here. Let's start by quieting our minds, opening our hearts, and silencing our cell phones. Thank you. I'm Risa, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, it is my privilege to welcome all of you today. If you're visiting or you've been away for a while and you're back, we'd like to know who you are. So let's go ahead and do that because it's so important to us to recognize this. So we'll start over here. If you're visiting today or you've been away for a while and you're back and you're comfortable doing so, stand and tell us who you are. Yes.
I'm Will. I'm visiting.
Welcome, Will. Okay, this sign? Oh.
I'm Diane, I'm back again.
Oh, she's good to see you. This sign? Okay. Well, for our one visitor, our membership committee is easily identified in 3 ways. Orange tags, smiling faces, open hearts, just to chat with you about who we are. Look for them and they will look for you during coffee time after the service. The order of service is very telling about who we are. It is worth the paper it's printed on. Our mission statement is on the front. Our principles are on the inside. And our revised land and labor acknowledgement is on the back. What we put on paper and we share with you on Sunday can tell you a lot about who we are. So we encourage you to read all of those things. The 8 principles are our covenant to affirm and promote, not just today, but throughout our walk in life. Today, the 7th principle really speaks to what's coming up this week. Respect for the interdependent well of all existence of which we are a part. Earth Day is this week. Celebrate her. Honor her. Take action on her behalf. The Social Action Committee is making one way of caring for the earth a little easier. Judd, would you please stand? Judd is going to be here on Tuesday morning from 9 to 12 with a truck and 2 other volunteers. This is a man with a truck, a good heart, and people to help him. So show up with your roundup. We won't judge you. We're just like the police station. You drop off your drugs. We don't ask any questions. Show up with those things you need to get rid of. Roundup, oil, paint, stains, small appliances. We just collect and transport. And in Buncombe County, you can only do that 1 day a month. And it's not easy to get to the facility. So Judd with his truck and 2 other volunteers will collect until they're full, 9 to 12. We cannot take TVs, but we can take other small appliances. So see Judd after the service if you have questions, and there's a notice out in the portico. Have you heard of Happy Land? It's not a new Netflix series. It's a real place in the Carolinas, not too far from here. It is the Buncombe County one read this year. Others have said, here is the ancestor who cried, laughed, and hoped before any of us were born. Here's the vulnerable earth that tenders its secrets. Readers will be captivated. Another person said, Happy Land is the balm we all need now. A vivid imagining of past events that picks up where the archives fall short. And in doing so, not only repairs our limited view into the past, but brings potential for healing in our present and our future. Happy Land is available at the library, and the author will be live streamed at our library, or you can see her in person. This is in the Current, and it will be there again soon, but it's on May 16th at 2 o'clock. Based on a true story of what happened really close to us. Happy Land. It's worth your time to read it. Plus, we hope to have a discussion of our own in the near future. May the stars carry your sadness away. May the flowers fill your heart with beauty. May hope forever wipe away your tears. And above all, may silence make you strong. Chief Dan George. And finally, hold on to what is good, even if it's a handful of earth. Hold on to what you believe, even if it's a tree that stands by itself. Hold on to what you must do, even if it's a long way from here. Hold on to your life and the life of the earth, even if it's easier to let go. And finally, hold on to our hands, even if someday we will be gone away from you. Crowfoot, Blackwood warrior, and orator. And with that, let's begin our service.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
It looks like winter's coming back for just a couple of days, I think, but it's still a beautiful Sunday. Our opening words this morning are from Carol Matee. Into this home, we bring our hunger for awakening, we bring compassionate hearts and a will towards justice. And to this home, we bring the courage to walk on, even after hard losses. And to this home, we bring our joy and gratitude for simple, ordinary blessings. By our gathering, we bless this sanctuary. In its shelter, we come to find ourselves blessed as well. Please rise as you are willing and able and join in singing our opening hymn this morning, hymn number 18, What Wondrous Love. Please be seated. Our responsive reading this morning is number 521 in the back of your gray hymnal by the philosopher Eusebius. We will read this responsibly. May I be no one's enemy, and may I be the friend of that which is eternal and abides. May I wish for every person's happiness and you come. May I never rejoice in the ill fortune of one who has wronged me. May I, to the extent of my power, give meaningful help to all who are in want. May I never fail a friend. May I respect myself. May I always keep tame that which rages within me. I should have scratched that out anyway. I should have scratched that out, but obviously it's very important. May I know good people and follow in their footsteps. All right, we have a treat. We have a treat. Very nice, as usual. Very good. Thank you for that. This is the time in the service where we invite you to share a joy, a concern, a sorrow. And Fletcher reminded me that we needed water. So the elements are there, the fire, the earth, the water, and we need you. So, the floor is yours. Do I need to bring this to anyone? The Stones? No? Diane, we're glad to have you back. This is for Richard when he gets back. And this stone is for each and every one of you. For whatever reason you didn't want to come up, we keep you in our thoughts and prayers and hearts and minds. I'm moving a little slow.
Okay.
I had some surgery that got a little complicated. But I'm here. Thanks to your energy and God. And, it's all good. I want to share with you a wonderful poem by W.H. Auden, and it's called Funeral Blues. It's about the death of a friend. And so please silence your minds and center yourself, and we'll have the time of quiet as we usually do after the poem. Stop all the clocks and cut off the telephone. Prevent the dog from barking with a juicy bone. Silence the pianos and with muffled drum bring out the coffin. Let the mourners come. Let airplanes circle moaning overhead, scribbling on the sky the message, he is dead. Put crepe bows around the white necks of the public doves. Let the traffic policemen wear black cotton gloves. He was my north, my south, my east and west, my working week and my Sunday rest, my noon, my midnight, my talk, my song. I thought that love would last forever, but I was wrong. The stars are not wanted now. Put out every one, pack up the moon and dismantle the sun. Pour away the ocean and sweep up the wood, for nothing now can ever come to any good. And now, while our minds are one for this brief moment, I leave you with the eloquence of silence. so it is. Before we have the choir, you know the drill. And I thank you ahead of time for your generosity. Okay. We want to continue. I think we have one visitor today, but we were talking about friendship. And so today is part two of that. And My friends. My friends. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. So we want to go through, and I got so much notes. I wrote so many notes. So bear with me for just a sec. We talked about what it means to be a friend, what it can mean. We talked about, we're going to touch on a little bit today the dark side of friendship, but just what it means to be a friend. And how why friends are so rare. One of the quotes here that I didn't mention last week that I felt was kind of profound is that it's easier to forgive an enemy than it is a friend. Somehow, when a friend does it, it just cuts a little bit deeper for the obvious reasons of the language of friendship is not so much one of words, but of meanings, And so, our most difficult task as a friend is to offer understanding when we don't understand. When we don't understand. And I don't mean being phony or inauthentic, but if you're trying to be present. Um, it takes a long time to grow an old friend. Isn't that a beautiful quote? And this, which is, I think, is apropos by Abraham Lincoln, we are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies. Though passions may have strained, it must not break our bonds of affection. The mystic chord of memory will swell when again touched, as surely they will be by the better angels of our nature. So, that's the goal, isn't it? So let's delve into friendship a little bit. I want to share with you the Lebanese poet Khalil Gibran on friendship. I'm sure you've heard it. It is profound as he is and was. And a youth said, "Speak to us of friendship." And he answered, saying, "Your friend is your need answered. He is your field which you sow with love and reap with thanksgiving. And he is your board and your fireside, for you come to him with your hunger, and you seek him in peace. When your friend speaks his mind, you fear not the nay in your own mind, nor would you withhold the eye. And when he is silent, your heart ceases not to listen to his heart. For without words in friendship, all thoughts, all desires, all expectations are born and shared with joy that is unacclaimed. When you part from your friend, you grieve not, for that which you love most in him may be clearer in his absence, as the mountain to the climber is clearer from the plain. And let there be no purpose in friendship save the deepening of the spirit. For love that seeks aught but the disclosure of its own mystery is not love, but a net cast forth, and only the unprofitable is caught. And let your best be for your friend. If he must know the ebb of your tide, let him know its flood also. For what is your friend that you should seek him with hours to kill? Seek him always with hours to live. For it is his to fill your need, but not your emptiness. That's important. It is his to fill your need, but not your emptiness. That's your responsibility. And in the sweetness of friendship, let there be laughter and sharing of pleasures. For in the dew of little things, the heart finds its morning and is refreshed. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
Here's one. Robert Frost. A time to talk. When a friend calls to me from the road and slows his horse to a meaningful walk, I don't stand still and look around or look at the hills I haven't hoed. And I don't stand there and just wait and shout to him, what is it? What is it you want? No, not as there's a time to talk. He says, I thrust my hoe in the mellow ground, blade end up 5 feet tall, and I plod. And I go up to the stone wall for a friendly visit. This poem is a gentle reminder that work is not everything. Slow down in a busy world, and you got to value the companionship. The work, what? The work will always be there. The human connection should not be missed. It's always easier to be a friend when the going is smooth, right? It's always easier to be a friend when everything's going well. That's where we get the phrases, Michael's just a fair weather friend. Yet to give a friend the benefit of the doubt, to listen with depth and compassion to his or her story, to remain an approving friend, even when you don't agree with a particular position, to be loyal in an age where loyalty is so easily relinquished. These are some of the characteristics of a righteous friend. Oprah Winfrey says a lot when she says lots of people want to ride with you in the limo. But when the limo breaks down, baby, who's going to ride that bus? When the limo breaks down, I'm not getting on that bus. You see, we live in an age where people collect friends like we collect wardrobes. Differing types of friends for our differing moods. And to have a friend is to what? To be a friend. To be a friend. We must respect our friends' individuality and independence as well. Easy to forget, for they are our mirrors and support systems. Football players don't hang out with chess players, right? You hang out with people who vibrate on your frequency. That's just natural. That's who you draw to you. And so they have the same vibration as us. Somehow we attract to us what it is or who it is we are at any given moment. And that's not philosophy, that's physics. Where would we be without our friends? We live in mean-spirited times where in many instances people may instinctively just want to attack. Many times more criticism is directed at success than failure. Weird. More suspiciousness of excellence as opposed to mediocrity. These are the dangerous signs of our society's loss of civility to each other and soul. This is going on now. And yet a friend assumes our innocence and applauds and celebrates our successes, supports our efforts to live our life according to a higher purpose. That's what a friend does. A friend assists us in learning to forgive each other and ourselves. A friend will see us at our worst and our best, and will still keep what? Still keep their heart open. And that doesn't mean they don't get angry with you, but they're going to hang in for the long run. A friendship will also challenge us to be authentic. The friend will tell you what you don't want to hear. The friend will tell you. A good friend will challenge us to be authentic to who we really are, and most importantly, who we say we really are. I recall being in an acting class one day. We were rehearsing a scene from Atal Fugard's. He's the South African playwright. This was when apartheid was in its heyday. It was called Master Harold and the Boys. Maybe you've heard of it. And to this day, I have not forgotten what the instructor told us. And we had to do the accents and all that, but he was telling us that once we understood what the relationship was about between two friends, once we understood what the play was about, the accents would come. Which I was like, what? I need to get this down now. And it did come. The accents came. To this day, I have not forgotten. But basically, he said that I and the other actor in the scene, we were playing the scene as if we were walking on eggshells. And he said that the scene was well written. This was an award-winning playwright, so it wasn't him. But he told us to trust what was written. Trust the playwright. And so he said, true friends don't tiptoe around each other's feelings, right? They don't, you put it out there. They have a comfortability level because we've shared experiences. Two friends could be more real and more authentic with each other. And so this is a lesson not only for the theater or film or television, but for the stage of life as well. Conflict in our friendships can propel us into new levels of intimacy. A sign that we are what? That we are growing. That's what we want. We want to grow. We want to evolve. This is a conscious choice that friends make, and they have if they make the choice. So if you're going to have a friendship, you got to have conflict. You've got to. You've got to be able to fight fairly with each other. Where there's intimacy, there has to be conflict. I'm not talking about Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. That's not the relationship. But this may mean not being tempted to what? To control the relationship by anger, by guilt, right? By self-pity, not being accountable, etc. For no matter how much friends have in common, we don't see the world the same, right? We are unique and we have a limited perspective. We all do. Inauthentic friendships are based on the avoidance of conflict. Friendship also contains polarity. Healthy sexual relationships have friendship in them, not just pure objectification. Don't worry, brother's okay. He'll come back if we need to let him in. I see y'all staring at brother. It's all good. It's all good, y'all. There's the objectification. And that's human. But that's not all there is. That is to say, there are wonderfully ecstatic moments, and then there are moments of duration when one takes the time to trust and to grow in the knowledge of one another. There are times of emotional warmth and times of conflict and anger. Again, you cannot have, I know people say, I've never seen my parents argue, but that sounds good. That sounds Ozzie and Harriet, but that's not real. Maybe they do it in a different way, but you have to have that conflict. There will be times of self-disclosure, okay? And there will be times to let other people have their privacy. People have a right to that. I know sometimes we may get upset. I've known so-and-so for 10 years, and they never told me that, or they've never told me, but they don't have to. Mm-hmm. Just because you're friends with someone doesn't mean you have to have their whole life laid out before you. Our affections begin to grow as time passes, and we see each other in all different kinds of situations. There's certain character traits and idiosyncrasies that may not have been attractive at first. They may have been like chalk on a blackboard, but they become dear and very familiar. The words of C.S. Lewis, affection always slinks or seeps through our lives. It leaves us with private things like soft slippers, old clothes, old jokes. Oh, I have one. I have one for you. Hold on. It's bad, but it gives us a commercial. Great. Where is it? Please. Oh, here it is. What do you call a dinosaur that drinks too much espresso? A nervous Rex. All righty. Boom. And back to our lesson.
It's
It's bad. That is bad, isn't it? That is bad. That's throw your shoe up here kind of.
Yeah.
A favorite therapist that changed my life, a lot of them did, but John Bradshaw. And he talks about this. So let me get this. Then we're going to the dark side of friendship. And I'll lift you up and then we'll go home. He says, a friend can be a witness to your true self. Bradshaw emphasizes that the ultimate touchstone of friendship is being what? Is being witnessed. You can be deeply, deeply, deeply in love with someone. Now, love is up there, don't get me wrong. But if you don't witness them, and by witness, I mean that you see their life. You see the impact they have on your life and life. You can take folks for granted. And so if you love them, but you don't witness them, you're going to need an attorney eventually. If they pick up on that. So there you go. The opposite of people addiction is friendship. In his work, Healing the Shame That Binds You, Bradshaw contrasts healthy relationship with people addiction. And people addiction is where one tries to get their needs met by using others. So you are an object. That's how I get my needs met. True friendship involves two complete individuals, not two halves. It irks me when people, this is my better half. Then you may need an attorney because you gotta be whole people coming together, not two halves of people. That's dysfunction. Safety and authenticity. A true friend offers a safe space to be yourself without fear of judgment, acting as a mirror that reflects one's genuine self rather than a mask that we all put on. A connection based on choice, not necessity. Healthy friendships are voluntary. They're joyful, right? There's an equal interaction. Long-term endurance and emotional support. Bradshaw's and other perspectives talk about true friendship is enduring and resilient. You can withstand the highs and lows of life. You ever been in a relationship with someone and if you're not blowing their mind every minute, something's wrong with the relationship. But there's boredom in friendship. There's boredom in relationship. You know, it's not all fireworks all the time. My wife's number is 828-242. She'll tell you. Bradshaw argued that you cannot truly have deep, loving friendships until you've what? Developed self-love. Self-love and self-acceptance through what they called at that time your inner child. You can call it your ego, you can call it what you want, but you got to nurture that part of you. And in summary, for Bradshaw, friendship is a sacred space for true belonging. This is why the ancients prized it so much. It fosters emotional growth, it validates your humanity, and provides a supportive home for your true self. And so, however, it is crucial to remember that we are not entitled to another person's life just because we're friends. That is vital. And I'd also be remiss this morning if I did not at least touch upon the shadow side of friendship. Being used by a friend, being betrayed by a friend is extremely painful. Extremely painful. And having a friend be envious of you, very difficult. And let's face it, sometimes friends outgrow one another. As one may move on to another phase of their lives. There is a reason and a season for everything under the sun, the book of Ecclesiastes reminds us. Friends die, the nerve, but they do. And so there's a sense of finitude to the human experience. It takes courage to love because somebody's going to die first. It takes courage. Some people say, I don't want to go through it, and that's okay. I think it's worth it. but I'm not saying it is for everybody. But therefore, it takes courage to be a friend. But remember that a part of loving another is wanting the best for them, whether they're with you or not. So it isn't always easy, but it does make us human. These relationships assist us in the best of circumstances. We become human by being a friend. So the prayer is not send me more friends, but the prayer could be make me a better friend, make me a good friend. And so the question becomes this morning, as we ask ourselves honestly, and you can answer it in your heart, am I a good friend? Am I a good friend? Do I take them for granted? Do I let them know how grateful I am for having them in my life? I wanted to ask Linda, but I just didn't think of it. I had other things going on. But, remember the song with Dionne Warwick and Elton John? I think Whitney got into it later, and Luther Vandross. But that's what friends are for. Remember that? Yeah. It was in my head. Do we support them? Do we give, or do we do more taking in the relationship? It's not a bad thing. You just want to say, am I giving what I get? Not that it has to be tit for tat. But you heard the old saying, there are two types of people in the world, avoid both of them. But is that the takers and the givers, and you want to get a happy medium. And this is for our four-legged friends too, the friends that fly and crawl and swim. We call them pets. Their love is unconditional. They fill our lives with joy, and when they leave us, that gap is difficult to fill. Sometimes you can never fill it. But we also have that with our two-legged friends. And so my wish is that perhaps we can all be as fortunate to hear these words or be fortunate enough to tell a friend in the final moments of their lives. If you're a Trekkie, these words were uttered by Dr. Spock of Star Trek fame when both he and Mr. Spock, thank you, yeah, Dr. Spock is there. Maybe Dr. Spock was smarty. Dr. Spock, that's not both he and Captain Kirk realize that Spock is dying. Spock places his hand on the glass, you've seen it, and separating them so this virus doesn't spread. And Kirk does the same so that their hands are touching on the wall together. And there's just a glass between them. And Spock then utters these last words to Captain Kirk: I have been and will always be your friend. So friendship survives death. Friendship survives death. And so this morning, I just want you just for a second to call to mind your friends, or during the day today. Call to mind those people. Call to mind your friends. Blessings be upon them. May angels fill their nights and bless their days. May joy and peace and harmony abide with them. And may you and I be a source and a resource to them in times of trial. May we all live a life that lives up to this sentiment. And when all is said and done, in these exciting and troubling times, a true friend is a gift. A true friend is a price above rubies. A true friend is one of the nicest things that you can have, and one of the best things that you can be.
Amen. Sure.
Amen.
Yep.
I will, I'm not going to be able to stand at that door. If you want to say something to me, please stop in the office. I just need to sit down.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And I wasn't going to miss y'all for the world, and I can't. But the Tylenol is wearing off, and I need to sit down and to shut up. Our closing hymn this morning, number 207. Earth was given as a garden. That's the big friend. That's the good friend.
tree of knowledge, placed for all discovery. It was sold for all your creatures, born of land and sky and sea, all created in your image, all to live in harmony. Show to us again the garden where all life was fresh and free. Gently guide your sons and daughters into full maturity. Teach us how to trust each other, how to use for good our God, how to touch the earth with reverence, and once more with lead and flower. Bless the earth and all your children, one creation make us whole. Interwoven, all connected, planet wide and in the soul. Holy Mother, life bestowing, in our waste and warfare cease. Fill us all with grace overflowing. Teach us how to live in peace.
So, if you got a friend you haven't heard from, give them a call today. Give them a call this week. Reach out. Let's show the choir some love.
Yes.
Linda, Sue Stone, thank you. May the love which overcomes all differences and which heals all wounds, which puts to flight all of our fears and reconciles all differences, be in us and among us until we meet again. See you in a couple weeks. Have a great day.